In this video, I'll walk you through using your new document camera as well as the IPEVO visualizer software. First, if you have not already done so, there is software to install from Software Center. Click on the Software Center from your Windows Start bar, and then search for the icon labeled as IPEVO Visualizer. Click Install, and the software will begin to download. You do need this software downloaded to be able to use your webcam as a standalone. It will, however, work if you want to use it as your camera for Zoom or for other applications. While this is installing, you can continue to work, or as you see in this video, it's a pretty short download, so you can just wait and it will install immediately following it reaching 100%. If you get any error messages during this process, simply close Software Center and try again. If after retrying it doesn't work, then you would need to contact the help desk. Please be aware that you must use Software Center in district. It will not work at home on your own network. Once Visualizer has been installed, you can click on it from the Start menu. You can also plug in your document camera using the USB cable. And once it launches, you will see that IPEVO Visualizer and your document camera are up and ready for use, and you'll have a live feed on your screen. On the left-hand side, you'll notice a toolbar with several useful features. First, you're able to select your camera, either the web camera or the document camera. Below that, you have several options to change the image that you're seeing through the camera. And if you make changes that you don't like, there's also a Reset to Default button. Next down the list, there's a zoom feature, which is really great. You can zoom in on a specific part of a worksheet or an object. And then there's also a rotate button. Now the rotate button is very useful in that you don't have to physically rotate what's under the camera. Instead, you can rotate the image. You'll also have some quick mirror buttons to mirror left or right or up and down. And then again, just like before, there's a reset to reset any changes that you make. Next down the list, we also have the option to change the aspect ratio and resolution of our image. I would encourage you to just leave those as is, but you can change them. Same thing with exposure. Here we can make it increase the brightness, so to speak, and then there's an option to lock it as well. The document camera does feature an automatically dynamic changing, so it's always going to try to automatically give you the best image with these features. Here you see there's also white balance and focus, so you can manually change these things, or you can just leave that checkbox unchecked for manual, and then it'll just be automated. So it's up to you. I really like the automated feature. I think it does a good job. In a minute, I'll show you where there's another button as well to do a quick reset on the focus if that's causing problems. Last but not least, there are some filters that will also help with students that might have a visual need for something in high contrast, for example. When I click the snapshot button that you see at the bottom center of the screen, it'll prompt me to choose a location to save that screenshot. And so here on my desktop, I just saved an image, and I can click on that and show you that that image is there. It's just a .jpeg, and I can then go ahead and use it for whatever I need to use it with. Likewise, if I use the up arrow, you'll see there's other modes, including recording, time-lapse, split screen, just a variety of other modes that I can also use this IPEVO software in, and each one serves a different function. I'll leave you the link for IPEVO's website where you can go into greater details. I think most of us will just use this capture tool, but there are a lot of cool advanced things you can do. Next to the image button, you'll see the pen icon where you can annotate directly over what you're seeing through your document cam. So here I'm giving Perry a little goatee and eyebrows. If you don't like what you annotate or if you need to erase, there's also an erase button, and I can manually erase that then, or I can hit that clear all button that you see there on the screen, and that will clear all of my ink. To toggle the ink back off, I can just click the button and it'll go away again. And then if I want it back on, it brings it all back. So that is your annotation tool that's built right in. So this way you don't have to necessarily write directly on the PDF maybe that you're showing, or the piece of paper I should say that you're showing. Here you can also see when you make annotations, it does save when you select to save that image. So it's a nice way to digitally write on a piece of paper if you don't necessarily want to write on it in real life. Over to the right-hand side, you'll see the last set of tools. There's a freeze button, so now I can make changes to what's under my camera, and when I unfreeze, you can see that those changes have been made. So I took Perry away while no one saw it because it was frozen. Next to that, there's a picture-in-picture capability, so you can change that to your webcam if you would like. And then voila, you can see yourself at the same time as your webcam camera. So that's great, especially if you're on Zoom and you're screen sharing. You're able to bring the kids' attention to the screen share, and they can still see you if you choose to do that. Next to that, you'll notice a magnifying button. And when I click on it once, I'm able to magnify what it is I'm looking at. If I click on it again, it actually uses this as a mask so that I could just highlight like a specific line of text at a time if I wanted to. The next button over is a grid button, which will have lots of different configurations. Clicking on it each time will change the number of grids that you see. You can go anywhere from 1 line to 2 lines to, as you can see here, a bunch of grids on your screen, and that just helps you with orienting thing or drawing focus to certain areas of the image. Also, there's the last button, which is the autofocus button, which again is really great because most of the time your camera will autofocus on its own and do an awesome job. Every once in a while, you may just have to come over and click that button and give it a second chance to autofocus. And so that's it. There are a couple other features up at the top left. There's a couple features that we didn't dive into again here, but you guys can check those out from IPEVO's website, and that link is going to be shared in this documentation. So I hope this helps, and I hope you enjoy your new document camera.